Hi everybody, this is a video showing you how to take through Design Space these two new SVGs to cut a nice compact box to hold a modern style pint glass. So this is the taller than average glass, not the squat ones that you see sometimes in supermarkets and things like that. So I'm going to bring in, you get two versions in the SVG, one with a tuck-in lid, which you would need the long mat for because it cuts from A3 or tabloid or ledger, and one with a separate lid which will cut on the standard mat from A4 or 12 by 12. So I'll bring in that one first. Right, so as usual, your first job when you begin to work on an SVG with score lines and multi-part pieces, you need to convert all those lines that come in as cuts but which actually need to be scores. And in my SVGs, they always live in that first subgroup in the layers panel. An SVG on desktop anyway comes in three groups. There's the whole group, which contains absolutely everything, and then within that there are two subgroups, ideally. One that contains all your scores, so it's really quick and easy to convert them, and another one that contains all your cut pieces. So you just click on the name of that first subgroup. It's the second line down in your layers panel if you're working on the desktop version. Go over to your operations menu at the top left there, click on basic cut and go down to score, and you can see that those lines get converted. And while they're still selected, you need to ungroup them. So back over to your layers panel, and up at the top there you see that symbol, which is ungroup. The second step is to select all the cut pieces. So again, you're just going to click on the name of that group and it selects everything within it. And all we need to do here is ungroup. And then the third step, select the whole thing. So you can either maybe drag a box to enclose it, or use the select all button, or just stick in your layers panel and click on that final group. And once everything's selected, just ungroup a third time. So now everything's a separate piece, we can attach the individual score lines to the pieces that they relate to. You've got to do it piece by piece, because if you select the whole SVG and attach it, you end up with a project which Design Space will tell you is not compatible with your machine because it's too big to cut. So you're just going to click on Canvas, near a piece, drag a box to enclose it, and choose Attach, which on the desktop version is at the bottom of your layers panel. And you need to do that for every piece on screen which has score lines, and for this project that's everything. As with all my SVGs, you get a PDF of really thorough assembly instructions with lots of photographs, so don't worry about that while you're watching this. This video is just to show you how to take it through Design Space. So we'll go to make it now. And I know that everything in this project will cut from A4, but the reason it's gone a bit strange there is this piece here is 17.2 centimeters wide, which fits well within the 21 centimeter width of A4. Excuse me. And it's 28.8 centimeters deep, which is just about within an A4, but it's not going to let you pick A4 from the drop down list. So you're going to pick 12 by 12, and then this little one that's here, you're going to click move, and you're going to go to the mat that has the lid on. Oh, hang on, did that wrong. This one, you're going to click move, move object. You're going to choose the mat that's just got the lid on at the moment. You're going to pop it on there, and now that will cut from A4. So don't worry that you can't select A4. I mean, you probably can for the other piece. No, you can't. Don't worry that you can't select A4. You're just going to use your standard mat. You're going to put A4 card in the normal place you would normally, i.e. in your top left hand corner, and those three mats will cut perfectly from A4. You can of course use 12 by 12. So if we choose that, you can see that it this piece won't just quite fit. If I try and move it onto, say, that mat, it just won't quite fit. It's just probably about 20 millimeters too wide. So you can get it from 3 A4s or 2.5 sheets of 12 by 12. This is the box that has the separate lid. Right, I'm not going to cut it, so I'll just delete all that and we'll bring in the box that requires the long mat now. It requires the long mat because this version doesn't have a separate lid. It has a tuck-in lid, and that makes this piece a little bit longer. But we're going to do the score lines first, as we did with the other one. So we click on the name of that first subgroup in the layers panel, second line down. Go over to your operations menu, click on basic cut, choose score from the drop down menu, and before you deselect them, you need to ungroup them. And I've just seen a mistake there. There's a score line there that shouldn't be there. I'll get rid of that before you get it. Then you need to select the second subgroup with all the cut pieces in it, and you just ungroup that. And the final step is to select absolutely everything on screen and ungroup it a third time. And now we need to do that, attaching the scores to the individual pieces that they relate to. So we'll send that to make. We're using the long mat, don't forget, and A3 or tabloid. So we'll do it on A3 first. And you can see that it wants to put the little insert that goes in the bottom of the glass on a mat on its own, but that's only because it just reads it a funny way sometimes. We're going to put it on that mat, which has the front piece on it, and you can see, I'll zoom out, that then really fits easily on an A3 or a sheet of tabloid. If I change all this to tabloid, which is a US paper size, you can see we can still take that one onto this mat. It easily fits on there. So that's the box with the tuck-in lid. You're using A3 or tabloid and the longer mat, and you need 2 sheets to make that one. Okay, that's it. They're nice and straightforward, those 2 boxes. As I said, you do get a full PDF with lots of instructions telling you how to assemble it, but it's a super quick project, is this one. But if you have any trouble at all, please always get in touch. The links to do that via Etsy or Facebook are in the description below. And if you've just stumbled across this video and you'd like to buy the SVG, the link to do that is in the description as well. Thanks a lot. Bye.